The eyes of the nation are on Illinois today as the Democratic National Convention kicks off in Chicago. WGEM Illinois Capitol Bureau Chief Max Cotton shows us what we can expect on day one.
Illinois Democrats, are you ready for the fight?
Illinois Democrats will be center stage for that fight as the Democratic National Convention returns to Chicago for the first time in 28 years. Back in 1996, the mission was re-electing Bill Clinton and Al Gore. Today, it's...
In just 78 days, we will get to say the two words that we've been waiting 248 years to say. Madam President!
Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth says the week is also a celebration of the progress Democrats have made in the land of Lincoln. Since Governor Pritzker took office in 2019, the state has seen 9 credit upgrades, balanced the budget 6 times, and expanded both abortion and labor rights.
This was my pitch to the Democratic Party, was like, where else are you going to go where you're going to see a state that has rebuilt its economy by electing a Democratic governor after a Republican one tried to drive it into the ground?
We have raised the minimum wage to a living wage. We have eliminated grocery taxes. We're canceling medical debt. We've lowered small business taxes. We've reduced the cost of prescription drugs. Democrats raised teacher pay, and we amended our Constitution to guarantee workers' rights.
And Duckworth says, while there's plenty to celebrate at home, this week Illinois needs to be a launching pad for Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
We need to be the rocket fuel that launches them on to November 5th.
In Springfield, Max Cotton, WGEM News.
And Harris is set to accept the party's nomination Thursday. Pritzker is going to speak tomorrow night.